Wow, what's up guys? Welcome everybody to another episode of Robeytech. After our first ever, we had Tech Challenge just yesterday, and we are here. No, honestly, I think it's getting to the point that I'm now running so many shows that are so different that I have so many different audio settings. So even when I double check, triple check, quadruple check what's going on, I realized that there was something I forgot to change or whatever it was. So anyway, that's what essentially happened. But welcome everybody to this Wednesday episode of Robeytech. This will be the new time that we'll be doing one of the builds, mainly because we have Tech Challenges every other week on Tuesday, so we're gonna try and keep the builds consistently on the different days. But it's so good to actually have you guys here. Super excited about this. We are building in the brand new NZXT H7 Flow. Very excited about getting to do this build. Showing off a new case is always fun, and I always love doing stuff like that. So this is always a treat when we get to actually debut a new case that literally just came out yesterday. Igor, thank you for the gifted subs. Blondie resubscribing. They've been subscribed for 43 months, and Cy Swan dropping her a nice sub, so keeping the community manager subscribed, that's nice. And I did the stretch already, so it's good, it's good. I do like white cases. There's a couple reasons. Not just because I like how they look, but just how much easier they are to see on camera, right? A lot of time when we show these, usually with black cases, they end up being a little bit harder. But don't worry, we have some black cases coming up as well, which should be super fun. But it's good to see you guys here. It's good to have you guys and just enjoy some building for the next couple hours. Then we'll do some benchmarking. We'll probably do a little bit of gaming and all that sort of stuff. In terms of giveaways, we have the usual suspects, right? If we get a level 5 hype train, we give away a $25 New A gift card. If we get to 50 subs, we give $50 New A gift card, 100 subs, $100 New A gift card, and all that kind of jazz. If we get 250 likes, which we did not hit last time. So if you're here, head on over youtube.com/Robeytech Live, hit that thumbs up button. If we hit 250 likes, that's a $25 New A gift card as well. And then outside of that, we're probably going to go back to, I think what we're going to do is we're going to change the way that PC giveaways go. I really kind of like what UFD Tech does with monthly PC giveaways. So we might do, but I'm trying to figure out how we're going to make that work. We still have PCs that, like for instance on Mod Workshop, that's happening Tuesday next week. We're giving away that one just live on the stream. We'll still have some other ones that go live on the stream. But all in all, like it'll be one of those things that you guys will unlock a PC giveaway or something like that, and then we'll go from there. But that's where it is right now. But first, go hit that YouTube like button and go from there. In terms of what's happening today, let's start with the parts list. We are building inside of the NZXT H7 Flow. Here is the parts we're using today: the Intel Core i7 14700K, the NZXT H7 Z790 ATX white motherboard. We have the Zotac Gaming GeForce RTX 4070 Ti Super Trinity OC. We got the Kingston Renegade Fury, a 4TB NVMe drive, which if you wanted to save a little bit of money, this is almost a $450 drive. If you want to drop $200, this is a $3,000 build. If you wanted to drop to like 150 bucks, you can drop down to a 2TB. We were just having some fun here with a little bit of flex. 32 gigs of Kingston Renegade Fury, 6,000 mega transfer RAM. It's about 150 bucks. We have the H7 Flow RGB in white, which this case is $149.99. We have the NZXT Kraken Elite 280 RGB in white, and then we're using the tough 850 white gold because you guys know I love that PSU. It's just very easy to cable manage. Last thing is that we're using the new F360 core fans from NZXT. These are the brand new. This is their answer to kind of how do we simplify things. Instead of you even having to put the fans together, you can basically buy them the configuration you want, whether that's 120, 280, or 360. You just slap them in, there's one cable, and essentially you are good to go. So it is going to be a simpler build from a cable management standpoint. And the other thing too is it's kind of like, you know, if you've seen my review on it, which I mean, it's doing very, very well. This is like an inverse NV7. So kind of the big forehead on the bottom. They've kind of rotated the PSU area, so now it sits on its side. So if you've seen that Lian Li Edge PSU, this would be a perfect build for something like this with the Lian Li Edge. All in all, like it kind of opens the whole thing up. some of the feedback that I gave on the case, given that it's kind of a little bit of a departure from the fine folks over at NZXT, is that it's losing a little bit of that iconic NZXT look, but they kind of started to get away from that with the H6 flow, the H9, and then now even the H7. So, and you know, one of the things, if you got to watch our CES live stream, which I mean 10,000 people ended up watching, the cool thing about that is that this is like, NZXT is not above like making evolutions in their cases to make things better. So I got a question for you, Robeytech Live, later, but it's regard to Cooler Master's vertical graphics card holder. Is it something, if it's something he looked at or interested in implementing in a computer build? So Steel Eyes, we actually have one of those. It's just one of those things that it depends on the case. Like certain cases, I think that would look good. On others, am I opposed to it? No, it just depends on making sure it's in a nice build. The one thing about some of those bigger, bulkier RGB vertical GPU holders is that in like dual chamber cases like this, where the bottom of the case ends up being taken up by fans, it makes it a little bit more specialized. But like if you were going to do like a cube build, or maybe even like a half 500 build or something like that, you could absolutely use that, and I'd have no issue whatsoever. Yeah. Let's see what else is going in there. Any other questions you guys are saying? Both, they are like glue. I don't see anybody else asking any other questions. If not, we'll just get started on the build. We're getting right into it today, guys. That's all it is. We're not that we're into efficiency or I don't want to spend time with you, but if we're just gonna build, let's build, you know what I'm saying? Now, the other thing too, and I'm choosing like, so one of the things is you guys might be saying, dude, $3,000, and this is fair, $3,000 for 4070 Ti, 4070 Ti, 14700K. That is a lot of money. We are definitely spending some money on aesthetics. Where you could save very easily on this build is switching motherboards. The N7 is actually kind of a hard motherboard to find right now, so you could save some money there. The other place you could save money is going to a 2 terabyte NVMe drive instead of a 4 terabyte NVMe drive. Outside of that, the rest of the parts, RAM, all that sort of stuff, actually pretty straightforward, not too overly expensive. You could save some money on the PSU if you wanted to. I really actually like the cabling on that. It makes building, when you build as many PCs as I do, you kind of look for those little things to make things a little bit nicer. Outside of that, everything else is actually pretty regular in terms of prices, but you could drop, if you changed motherboards, which you could save about 150 bucks there, and you switched NVMe drives, you could get this down closer to $2,500, which is a little bit more reasonable. And then at that point in time, you can go up to 28 and actually end up with like a 4080 or something like that if you really wanted to. So I did want to start my comments there and just kind of be like, hey, let's get that out of the way, because it's a little bit odd that I'm spending this much money on the case. Hassan, what's up, man? Good to see you. Cheese It Junkie, thank you for the sub. Waquario, thank you for the sub. You guys are all rock stars. Appreciate you. Who's ready to start building? There's no frills. Let's build, Robey. I'm just getting it started. Yeah, it's the RGB Flow Elite. Sorry, the H7 Flow Elite RGB is essentially what we're doing today. I enjoy watching these streams, but pre-built is so much cheaper, especially power spec. Great PC. Boba Squid, I would very much disagree. I have yet to find a pre-built company that you can do get more for your money than a PC DIY. But not going to hate on pre-builts because you don't get the warranty, you get the support and everything else. But usually there's at least a 10 to 15% markup between what you see in a pre-built company and what you see in PC DIY. So yeah, it's usually the other way around. PC DIY by far usually less expensive than doing a build with a pre-built company. So I'd be surprised to hear you say that. Yeah, it gets close, but I mean, guys, you have to remember they have to get their money from somewhere, and because they have to do stuff like support customer service and all that sort of stuff, that's usually where you'll see the markup. Yeah. But it's usually the other way, right? Yeah. And the other thing too is, one other thing too, I do have to admit about it, I've never seen for PC DIY to make it cheaper. Oh, I do not hate all pre-builts. You know that, Falcon. There's like, and not all pre-builts are the same, you know that, but like, I have to be really careful because like, even when you think about Micro Center, right? Like, it all comes down to the kind of parts. Like if you buy something from like Falcon Northwest, obviously the parts in that are usually the highest end, like you're buying the best of the best. They're also super boutique, and then their customer service is some of the best in the industry flat out. But one of the things, like, you know, we've seen with other PC manufacturers, and I'm not gonna name names because I'm not trying to call people out here, is you are right. Sometimes the mixture of what's inside of them can be rather questionable. So that's all, yeah. So yeah, I have no hate for folks who get pre-built PCs. I have zero hate. I think pre-builts are an amazing option. We just want you to play PC games and enjoy the platform. That's kind of the short of it right there. So, oh, I forgot to grab my CPU. So yeah, I have my recommendations obviously for the pre-builts that I always recommend, right? So, and you know, obviously I have a number of them that we use on a consistent basis, so I do not hate pre-builts. Actually, all of my core systems, except for one, that I use on a regular basis are pre-built systems. Because we review them and then, you know, it's actually simpler if I'm like, hey, my problem. Oh, Mass Effect 2, that's a great game. I approve of that decision. Okay, there we go, we got our 14700K. Let's grab our NVMe drive and our RAM. So yeah, Boba Squid, it's not that I wanted to disagree, it's just like, there's some nuance in that answer, you know what I mean? Oh, nice. And for folks who don't know, I would definitely go check out Critter Corner on Discord. You can see the real life Robeycat, guys. I know and by the way, Kelt, we need to send you one so you can just have this nightmare as part of it. But remember, we have Robeycat, and you will be able to buy him, actually.
Robeycat, yeah. Where you at? You're a feline human hybrid who's mostly cat. You can see him sitting there near a stack of fans. Likes to cuddle with the zip tie man.
Whoa, I just dropped it. We actually have a real life now Robeycat, who's like a tabby style cat as well. So if you guys want to go check it out. What do you mean, but why? Why not is the question. VTN. But why? I actually have no idea. The man, the myth, the legend who created him is downstairs, and if you know Brian, you don't ask why. You just go with it. You go Robey Griffin. Robey lots of other animals. I do know that there was a Robey mouse or Robey hamster at one point in time, but Robeycat seems to have stuck. We haven't unlocked any giveaways yet so far. Okay, there we go. Oh, that just popped off. Wow, that was interesting. Oh, it was Brian Hamster. Was it Brian Hamster? Oh, okay. That's right, it was Brian Hamster. Blondie, you gotta talk to Tom about that, and I can update it. I don't know why he did that. I just need a new case link from Tom. I can see if there's let me see if one of the new ones has it. One sec, and I will fix it. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. I love this. I do love. Let me see if one of these works. Why can't I? Okay, there we go. Oh, you're right. That's the wrong one. Let me see what's going on here. He did give more links. Okay, I need the RGB version. I'll switch it out here in just a second. He did send them. that's not it either. So he didn't create an RGB, he didn't get an RGB one. I'll put this one in there for now. And then, but he needs to choose the RGB white. So can you let him know? I'll fix that in YouTube right now. Hold on, fixing it. All right, fixed it in the description. You guys are like, come on, Robey. Okay, back to building. Okay, so we got that in there now. What do we think for, oh, NVIDIA rating me. What's up, NVIDIA? Wow, okay. You guys got done a little bit sooner. What's going on, NVIDIA? Good to see you. What did you play today, Jacob? We got Jacob in the house checking out. We're gonna be building with the Zotac 4070 Ti today. Good to see you guys. Diving into the ground of Warzone. I need to see Jacob play Elden Ring. Who? Oh, and 10 gifted subs from UFD Tech. Holy moly, guys, it's like everybody. I got everybody out today. He does too. Doesn't he have Robeycat? He has Robeycat. Jacob has Robeycat. He does have one. And UFD gifted 1 sub to, he does, yeah. But does everybody agree we need to see Jacob play, play some Elden Ring. Flummox, it's a lot of times when we choose this stuff, we try to keep the parts around where they're cost effective. So that's just choice. And by the way, thank you, Brett, for dropping the team at NVIDIA a sub to Robeytech. And then Falcon Northwest dropping 10 gifted subs. Thank you very much, Falcon. You guys are awesome. Appreciate it. I've got to match UFD Tech. He's got to stand out with Brett. Ramclicks is up. Falcon Northwest made me do this. Is that what it was? It's all peer pressure. Nobody just actually wants to support me. They're like, no, not really. No, it's just one of those things. I just think we need to have. I think we need to have Jacob play some. I think we need to have Jacob play some Elden Ring. Guys, when I play Elden Ring today, a little bit tonight, you guys are gonna be surprised how far I am. What? He dropped 20? What is even going on right now? Brett, what are you doing? Oh, thank you, Brett. That's amazing. He's gonna see what Kelt does. He's like, Kelt's like, I don't want to play this game. I'm okay with it. Oh man, that's funny. That's funny right there. Oh man, it's so good to see you. I don't think Kyler hijacked his account. Maybe he did. What was our number, by the way, Blondie? What was our click rate? I just want to make sure I remember before we go in there. That would be a Kyler move. You're not wrong. Kyler's awesome. By the way, I didn't know this, so now I've been watching Hot News. Obviously, we now do a show on the regular now with UFD Tech. It's called Tech Challenged. And I watch a lot more Hot News because of it. I used to actually watch the shorts, but now I watch Hot News. And I just realized they're doing like daily deals too. So if you guys want to get good tech on the day deals, you should definitely check out Hot News, right? Because he actually they do a really good job. So I'll call. Falcon drops 10 more. And then calling NVIDIA. He's like calling Jacob out. Dude, I'm sorry, but Jacob probably doesn't have Jensen's credit card. I'm just saying. Jacob's like, I can't play this game. I don't have Jensen's credit card. Papa Jensen's like, no. I'll update the sub goal here in a bit. Wow, we're close to a hype train too. Look at that, we could do a hype train. Somebody just has to do one thing and we'd be hype train and you guys unlock the $25 New gift card. Jacob's like, I'm not even paying attention. I'm gonna pretend I already left. Okay, let's see here. What were the clicks? I still didn't see it. And there's the hype train right there, guys. And it's probably already level 5. Hey, NZXT's here. Oh, no, they're not. Okay, NZXT's not here yet. 95. Okay, here we go. 90, was it 95 or 97? Okay, here we go. Well, let's see what it is when we actually do this. Here we go. The last one was super smushy because I want Blondie to come back. Here we go. 99.6. No one knows what hyping trains are, Robey. Nobody. That is true. Okay, guys, it's level 6. We unlock a $25 New gift card already. There it is, and that's thanks. Huge shout out to UFD and Falcon Northwest for having some funds. That was great. Oh, 96 on that one, but there, we definitely got it already. Oh, I'm sorry, PC guy. I'm sorry. I don't know if NZXT's in chat. I have a feeling they will be, just because they usually show up. They're kind of like height, but you know, if not, we still have heck of a party already. But there it is, guys. Remember, if we get to level 10, it does unlock $100, but we'll start the $25 gift card just because you guys already unlocked it. As soon as the hype train's done, we'll start the gift card giveaway already. Okay, let's put in our bracket for our AIO. I'm gonna go ahead and, by the way, I don't know if you know this, Falcon, but Electric is actually an NVIDIA, he's like the official NVIDIA mod now. Like he's like contracted by NVIDIA, which is like a big thing for him. So that's pretty awesome. Electric Yoshi, a big one around the tech space. Yeah, cool thing is you get to have a bunch of tech folks hang out and do fun stuff. He doesn't know, that means he doesn't have Jensen's credit card either. Jensen doesn't give everybody his credit card. If Jacob doesn't get it, then Jensen doesn't get it. You know? I think Jacob must have logged off already. I mean, luckily, like Jacob's actually like a legit gamer, which is fun. Oh, that came out so smooth today. Like some of the fastest that we've done the spread in a while. Oh, he's lurking. That's the way it is. I'm gonna sell it like the Jesus on grilled cheese. I'm gonna sell this thermal paste job. What's up, Jake? How are you, man? That's the way I do it. How are things in your guys' neck of the woods, by the way, Falcon? You guys doing good? Just so folks know, if people said Falcon is my daily driver. The DRX laptop is my daily driver for like all my mail, like downstairs gaming, all that sort of stuff. And then of course we obviously have this beautiful Robeytech Falcon Talon like sitting back here. Oh, and then we have you know what's funny? And then the daily driver for the mod workshop for Intel Live is the Falcon, the Tiki. And then we use the frag box as like the big production system. So actually we use a lot of, I just realized how many Falcon systems we actually use. They're like everywhere. It's funny because Kevin Washaleski jumped on the stream. He's like, Robey is a Falcon origin like dude. And I'm like, yeah, you're not wrong. Like we use a lot of their stuff. Yeah, I do. Not Duncan. We don't have Duncan here. Not really. But yeah, you're not wrong about the Falcon part of it. I need this right here. Perfect. Yeah, the Mobo is clean. That's actually one of the things I actually really like about this particular Mobo. Okay, cool. There we go. So is everybody having a good day? You guys like seeing new cases and new builds, right? That's always the fun part, yeah? Yeah, and my LAN computers, yeah, they are my LAN computer, the Tiki. I have two Tikis. I have the Starfield Tiki and the regular one, the Robeytech one. And there it is, guys. Hype train done. You're right. Falcon's like, yep, nobody got it. But we're gonna do that giveaway here in just a second. There we go. Okay, let's run this giveaway now. $25 up, $25 New A gift card up for grabs, guys. Exclamation point, community. $25 New A gift card starting right now. There you go. Let's do it, guys. Should be running. There it goes. Yeah. Okay, there we go. It's going. Perfect. Welcome, everybody, and enjoy the $25 New A gift card. Thank you for unlocking that. Remember, guys, also head over to youtube.com/Robeytech Live. Hit that thumbs up button so we get that one as well. Okay, we're just putting our bracket on now, so you guys can see that. Glad you guys are enjoying the show. Now remember, one of the things, if you're new, right, like if you're one of the folks who joined us who rated from NVIDIA, if you've not watched the show before, what we do is when we're done with the build, we obviously do a little bit of benchmarking. We'll run it through Cyberpunk. We'll check out couple other games, depending on what we have installed. We'll run thermals on it, make sure that it tests well and all that sort of stuff. And then that's kind of the thing. So not only do you get to see every build built, you make sure it posts. We make sure that it's basically running at the best efficiency we can, given the parts and stuff that we've chosen. And sometimes that doesn't go well, right? Like sometimes that doesn't go well. For instance, the Mood was a great example of a build that was like, okay, we need to kind of change everything. So yeah. Hey, Bundishi Hill, thank you very much. Hey, Yerxella, thank you very much for the compliment. So yeah. Giveaway still happening, guys. We still have 15 seconds if you want to jump in there and get in on that giveaway. Okay, there we go. I think our motherboard is basically ready. Erxilla, thanks, sorry. And congratulations to Chris1777A over on Twitch. You are the winner of the $25 New gift card. This is very comfortable. It's actually a jacket, and you can buy them. They are for sale, as long with the build mats. You can buy them up on our merch. If you want to pick one up, you absolutely can. You guys are going to start seeing some other stuff, hoodies and some other things coming too. So, okay, that's good. Let's go ahead and grab our case, show this bad boy off. So this is the brand new case from NZXT. This is the H7 Flow. This is their new H7 Flow, not to be confused with their older H7 Flow. This is their 2024 H7 Flow. A couple things they've obviously changed is obviously you can see that down here at the bottom, they have a rotation. So the PSU, when you look at the side here, you can actually see the PSU is now sideways. So again, it ends up with like a longer chamber here. If you've seen that Lian Li edge where the power stuff is on the side, this would actually be a great case for it. It's toolless in terms of getting into it, so it's just very simple to kind of get through. Goes like that. From a cable management standpoint, you got room for days, guys. I mean, like, compared to the old H7, you have a ton of room here. You've got this really kind of very cute SSD tray down at the bottom if you're still going to use SSDs. Your SSDs, you got all of these cables here that if you guys want to use them, you can. They're all matching, except for obviously the HD audio, which is nice. Lots of Velcro ties for basically doing your Velcro. which is good. And then you have two kind of major cable channels. The other thing too that's actually also very nice about this particular case is that you can see here and here, there's two screws. That allows you to actually move the entire front out and support EATX motherboard. So if you do want to do EATX, which is something, this is something NZXT hasn't typically supported, you can do an EATX motherboard inside of this case, which is nice. So 96 of 250, guys. Heading over to youtube.com/Robeytech Live. Let's unlock that other $25 new gift card. Okay, and then we've got that. Front is basically front panel there. Temp-wise, very, very good in terms of as we've done a lot of our testing. Our full review is out if you guys want to see how this performs. But from a test perspective, from like when you think about this versus other cases, this is one of the coldest cases we've tested in 2024. So in terms of airflow, etc., also a very, very good case. And then if you wanted to throw like T30s or something like that in this, you absolutely could. Obviously, one other change that you also have, and you're seeing how easy it is to just kind of take the build apart. But you also have this lower segment down here with these kind of rubber grommets, and this is for your lower fan. Now, one thing we are going to change is we are going to remove the front fan, this core right here. Main reason being is we're actually going to switch to the retail version of the F360 core. You might be saying, Robey, why are you changing that? It's because this particular version of the F360 that comes with it isn't like that. It actually has an RGB, a separate RGB and PWM header. And for me, the way that I want to use it is I'd rather connect it up to the hub that we have. So we're actually, you actually get both kind of connections, but we want to actually connect this up to the hub. So we're going to remove this and replace this with a retail version. But yeah, that's kind of a nice run through of the case in general. Araxidus, this is a very pretty case. I think one of the things just to think about it is, you know, it's, again, aesthetically, and by the way, Punk Smurf, thank you very much for the sub. Aesthetically, we're probably looking at something very similar. I mean, sorry, aesthetically, it's just gonna be one of those things, you're either gonna like it or you're not. And then the other thing too is that something that is a little bit different is that you do need longer kind of screws that you're gonna have to grab to install your fans down at the bottom. So something just to be aware of. It's not gonna be like your, oh, and I forgot, you can actually take out, you can take this out, which is gonna make this easier. Right here, so you can take this out. Instead of trying to be crazy and get a weird angle, we're just gonna take the front out. There you go. It's much easier to work with that way. And the case isn't actually all that heavy in terms of heaviness. It's not very hefty, which is nice. It does. Texas Hoss, you're not wrong. It does. It comes with a lot of cable straps, which is actually really nice. Okay, let's go to top down here. Hey, thank you very much. Have a great day. I'm hoping that we're going to be doing some stuff together here very soon. Kelt, it's been a while. So you guys know how much I love you. So if you think of anything, let me know. I'd be down to do whatever, just to work with you guys again. But can you fit in the case? Familia, unfortunately, as much as I've done my running and all the weight I've lost, still not big. It's still too big to fit quite inside the case on my own. Okay, so we got our fans out. We're gonna switch to the new ones. So here's our new fan. These are the new ones that come from, the new ones from NZXT. And thank you again for all the support, Kelt. Now, this is what I meant. When you look at the connection for this one, I try to be familiar. When you look at the connection for this one, see that this is a single bigger connection. This is what fits in their new fan hub. And then they also give you a legacy connection as well. These also, if you buy these fans, something that they thought was really cool is because people were like, oh, you know, what if one of the fans goes out? They actually come with a 5-year warranty on their fans. So odds are, you know, the fans are going to last. Obviously, fans don't break very often, but just to give you peace of mind, if you were to spend the money on these, they do come with a 5-year warranty. And obviously, NZXT, being a pre-built company, is very familiar with dealing with warranties, which is cool. So if you wanted to if you had a little bit of concern, they're just kind of assuade you. Yeah, there's not a 420 version. It's 360, 280, and 120. Oh, and 240 as well. Let's have a needed temperance. Okay, so we're gonna put this on like this. And understand, unlike other 3 fans, the other thing too is that they also said, you know what? We're not gonna give you screw holes for the other ones. You're just gonna, you're only gonna use 4 screws. Nope, still gotta use my, there we go. I think actually, sorry, I just realized they had it on the outside. That's why this is like this. You could put it this way, but we're gonna do it the same. So flip this over, and this goes like this. So the fans are on the outside because you still have room. Yes, you do. There you go. The mat is a build mat that we sell. You can pick them up over on Newegg. We have a link to those if you guys want to check them out. They're great mats, nice and thick. So that's the build mat is, and we have them. And they just went back on sale. Do you think 80 euros is too expensive? You'd have to give me that in USD. But I always know Noctua is usually very expensive. Let's just be honest. If you're getting it from like a standard retail store, then that's just gonna be what you're gonna pay. And you're paying for quality. And that's just gonna be up to you if you're down to spend it on that kind of fan. So I use the Wow Stick, which we can always have a link to as well. $90 for 2 fans, and that's actually pretty pricey. You can get the new RS Max fans from Corsair that actually are performant in terms of just airflow, and they're 90 for 3. So, no, I would not install Deep Cool right now because you cannot get warranty support. Now, if you already bought it and you didn't want to spend the money on it, I mean, the stuff doesn't break, but understand is that you cannot get warranty support, so if something were to go wrong, you can't do anything with it. I don't think, unless you can return it. I know a lot of places like kind of had a fire sale on Deep Cool, which sucks because their stuff is actually really good. It's like a real bummer. Yeah, if you're up in Canada, then yeah, it's fine. It's just the US. I really do too, Araxnus. Something that Brett said that I didn't even know is that more because like Catherine, I have friends who work there, right? And I don't want them to lose their jobs. That's like the worst part of it. Okay, so let's take this. Let's go to static here. Throw that in there. So it goes right here. Oh, I guess I can keep it on the outside because that's how they want it. A little bit of learning here. Great hole for just putting in the build there. I like it when a plan comes together. Okay, there we go. Front fans are installed. Got a great place for running that. We're good there. Okay, next stop, we're gonna go ahead and install the rear fan, which unfortunately this isn't removable, so the only way to kind of do it is just to flip it over. So, like we just did, let's grab our next set of fans. Outplayer, yes, they are usually, in most cases, they're a little bit more painful to install than they are. They are actually, they're not super complicated, but they are definitely more complicated in many cases than air coolers. But to be fair, there are air coolers that can be a pain in the butt that's true. We've had some pretty whack air coolers, but they're always there. So Top Rat Gamer, rumor is that we're gonna look at 5090, more than likely. We're probably looking at around end of the year. I think some people have said some ridiculous prices, like it's gonna cost like $3 grand or something like that. To be honest, I feel like we're all just kind of peeing into the wind, for lack of a better term, until we actually know what it's going to cost. I would hope that it's going to be the same price as a 4090. I don't know why or what would make it more powerful to the fact that it would get more expensive. So when you think about what I expect, I would expect it to be the same price as a 4090, right? And I feel like the 5080 should be the same price as a 4080 Super, because honestly, they're selling like gangbusters at that price, and I think that they should continue to want to do that because it feels like it's around what it should cost. But I don't know because I don't, I'm not NVIDIA, and rumors are just that, rumors, and then I just am one of those people who's like, I'm just gonna wait until we actually know the real answer, because speculation is, what's the point, right? Like I can't really do anything with speculation, other than get myself worked up on a tizzy for something that wasn't even potentially true in the first place, There are definitely going to be 5090s that are going to cost 2K, right? There's 4090s that cost 2K. So I expect that they're going to be similar. I am expecting the price to be similar. Then I think the Founders Editions will be the more reasonable ones. That they'll be $1,500 to $1,600, and that you'll find like your Strixes and your Auruses and your high-end ones to be like the $2,000 ones. And if you want to spend the money on that, you can. It's funny because I keep thinking, I'm like, oh yeah, why does this case feel so familiar? I've built in this case before. I built in it at Computex. I forgot, I did a whole stream on this, guys. This is not my first time with this case. It's just kind of funny. Looks like we're on zip tie count. Is that what just started?
It's the most zip timey
no,
time.
No, that's not it. It's this one. I was starting to do the right one. Okay, cool. Okay, so we got our bottom fans in now.
Zip tie man, guess the count of them if you can. Evens, odds, who can know? Make your wagers on every show. Hey now, Robey's the zip tie man.
So get your zip ties in. Chooses to give more resources to FE cards, giving some of them have taken second seat to AI cards. I actually don't know how I feel about that. Even though the FE cards, have a certain look to them, I actually like that. I actually like that NVIDIA's done a good job of just saying hey, here's an example and a physical way to go about building this, this GPU, but I don't want them to take sales away from folks, like from the other manufacturers who are working on or building GPUs, you know what I mean? Like, I'm cool with it, right? Like, I don't think that I like that they're doing that personally. So, okay, guys, this is our power, our hub. This is the new NZXT hub, by the way. And by the way, did I not call it? That EVGA would eventually just be gone, right? Like, I knew that was going to happen. Look at that. I love it. It's magnetic. It's magnetic. Makes this easy. Okay, so we got that. That's going to fix those. Oh, I realized, guys, we do not have the... So this will allow me to plug... Okay, what do I need here? So this allows a plug into a regular. So I could plug the F core into this too. Quite the cool little hub here. And this allows you to plug the hub in too. So that's your NZXT RGB fan. Plug in an 8-pin. So if I wanted to, because we're using an N7, I don't necessarily need to do that, but okay, so I don't need anything more than this. If you wanted to, you could. And run everything into that core, but that's up to me. But I have some on the actual Mobo, so we'll see. Okay, let's get our Mobo on. Get that done. Yeah. All right, here we go. Okay, here we go. We're going top down. And then this is what I like about NZXT inside of NZXT, right? Is just how clean this is just gonna look once you kind of get it in here, you know? Look at that. That looks so good. Hey, ZigPC, thank you for the gifted sub. There we go. I'm looking for this. Here we go. And the other thing too that's also really nice about this motherboard is notice how many of the connections they kind of hide. So it's almost like BTF, but not quite BTF, so it just makes it really easy in terms of making it look clean. Very easy to screw in too, which is nice. Oh, I just realized I need to plug that in. Deal with that now. I didn't know this was not plugged in. Let's plug it in now. Plug it in, plug it in. There we go. Got it. Oh, can't see over here. Do we have one over here? Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Of course we do. Okay, there we go. Look at that, beautiful. And they give you, look at this, they give you a healthy amount of zip ties. Thank you for that, NZXT. Everybody loves a healthy amount of zip ties, right? Yeah, I don't know if that's something they'll ever do. I don't see NZXT getting into this the GPU market. I just don't think it's something that, like, all in all, like, they necessarily need to do. Hey, La Fuentes, good to see you. All right. Let us, oops. Okay, so let's run our cable stuff now. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do, go to side camera here. We have our USB. This is our USB for our controller. So that's right here. Okay, so we got USB for controller. Next up, we're gonna grab our HD audio cable. It's gonna come up right here. Here's HD audio, and it's gonna go right over here in the corner. Just like that. So there's our HD audio cable, far left corner here. Far left corner as you're looking at it. Next up, we have our front panel connection, which is all white, so and unified, which makes me happy. That's gonna go right over on the far opposite side. There we go. There's our front panel connection. Easy peasy. Then we're going to take our USB-C cable. This is going to go right here. There's USB-C. And then the other one we have is our USB 3.2. Now this is on the side here. So all I got to do is line it up like so. And it connects right into the side, just like that. So there you can see it just connected right there. So there's our USB-C right there, sorry, USB 3. And then that's it, guys. All of our cables for the case are plugged in. So now we can go to back here. And clean it up, which is, look at how, I mean, this is gonna clean up very, very easily. Just got this one right here, just undo that, bring that in. And what we could do, just to make it clean, we're gonna bring this in as well. Lift it up. So really, really clean looking there. And then the same thing, we'll probably bring this up and over. So for now, we'll probably just do this one this way. I like it. It says, that's gonna be gorgeous when yes, of course it is. Thank you for saying that though. That's what we want. We want a pretty build when we're all said and done. You know what I'm saying? There's an edited version of your very own Robeycat pet in Discord. Oh, I don't know what to say. It's edited in what way? In a good way, I'm hoping? In need of term, 7950 X3D. It's good, but wildly though competitive price these days. It has no built-in lighting. There is some that come with the fans themselves. The fans actually have some nice lighting, just as an FYI. So if you, so that is something to be aware of, that they have some side lighting, but there isn't any in particular with the case, if that makes sense. The case has no additional RGB lighting. I just think if you're gonna do an X3D, you should just do a 7800 X3D. If you have enough stuff that it warrants needing to go up to a 7950 or 7900, it's better to just buy the non-X3D version. I mean, again, is there really something from a gaming, just pure gaming performance standpoint, is there really something that you need the extra frames for that warrants you going up to a 79, you know, that warrants you having to lose out on the raw performance power, or like the raw, the more, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, yeah, more raw performance that you get from the standard 7900 or 7950. Yeah, the frames though, it's like, again, I don't think you're not losing out terribly by going down to a 7900 or a 7950. In fact, and the other thing too is that there's already been there's a ton of issues in terms of whether okay. The problem with the 7900 X3D and the 7950 X3D is that they, unlike the 7800 X3D, rely on Xbox, the Xbox app. So if you don't have the Xbox app installed, or it's out of date, then you actually may not have it park the cores correctly, and you may not get the gaming impact you need from X3D. Similar to, you may actually accidentally have it park, and then you're not gonna get half the cores that you need from doing raw, like editing or anything else that you need the compute for. So my thing is that I would, unless, I don't really see a very good reason to do a 7950X, or a, sorry, 7950 X3D or 7900 X3D. If you're doing it for game reasons, then, and you need it more for the non-gaming reasons, just get a standard CPU. That's my 2 bits right there. Yeah, game bar, sorry, my thing. I couldn't think of it. You do need the game bar app, and if it doesn't update, which Windows doesn't always update, you can actually have issues with it. It's just too finicky. And they need to find a better way to do it, and AMD still hasn't. And they've even admitted that. It relies on parking cores, and there's just no solid way right now for it to actually do that, which is the part that kind of sucks. I think everything is in the right place. Okay, cool. I do hope that NZXT releases a white version of the hub. For those folks who just want to be anal and want to have only white stuff, like you have all of these white cables and then you have this really black hub. Yeah, I could see that bothering somebody. At Computex, is there word if NZXT will be making a BTF type board that our cases support them? That would be even. I agree. So Robert, if you watch our review on this, I absolutely 100% agree. I would love to see a BTF version of their N7 and also their H7 cases. So I made that very wildly clear that you are right. That would make a very, very, very clean PC build. And I hope that we do see a BTF version of both the N7 motherboard and the H7 and H9, you know, or whatever cases they decide to release between now and then. And it's not like the tool, it doesn't feel like the tooling is that much more expensive, right? I mean, you just have to cut some additional holes. So, I don't know. I feel like even not doing it for this one was a little bit of a miss. There we go. How we doing likes on YouTube, guys? Okay, there we go. So there is most of the cable management. We can run this here. Think of a cool way. I think we'll just run it across maybe. I'll just do simpler here. Just have it go underneath. $125, guys. Let's get the likes going. Definitely enough people here. Need to get to 250. I know this is a new time for folks, so we may not have all of the normal folks, though NVIDIA did rate, so appreciate NVIDIA chilling and hanging out with us. If you're from the NVIDIA stream and you're still here, can you do like a, hey, what's up? Be good to see. Go. I like potatoes. Okay, that makes sense. I don't know if that was relevant or probably an answer to some question, but I'm glad you like potatoes. Okay, there we go. There's that one. We'll run this one up to right here. I feel like keeping it here. Oh, I guess we can run the other one up to the top here. Oh, I got to be careful here actually, because the PSU's got to go in here. So we're not gonna cable manage this yet until we know how the PSU goes in. I don't want to waste a zip tie if I don't have to. I mean, I know they're only like a penny, but still, we still got to put the PSU in here, and that's got to go down. So let's figure that out. Because this might actually end up coming out a different way, so I'll have to figure that out. Okay, but for the most part, like, we're good. We got all of our cable management in, and we're good there. So let's continue our build. Here you guys can see it from the side. Looks good. Next up, we're gonna do our AIO and our fan. I'm glad you guys like it. Okay, let's throw our one fan in. We have a pack of 3, but we only need 1. There we go. Fan. Grab a couple screws here. And 2. Oh, they're there. Grabbing our screws here. There we go. Okay. Perfecto. Screws are in. We got everything we need here. Let's get our beautiful thing here. I love, like, they just have some really great places to run things, which makes me happy. So again, there's some small things about this case that just really kind of make it neat, which I appreciate. Bring it up a little bit so it's more parallel. Let's see if that's going to be okay. I'm guessing we're using a 280 millimeter AIO, so we should be fine. There we go. Easy. Easy peasy. There we go. Just looking to kind of have that evenness. There we go. One more. Uno más. Okay. So that goes through that corner there, which is great. And one thing we get to do, which is actually really neat, is that this fan, you go to top down, this fan, there's a plug, a place, and this hub for one. And there you go. So I can just do this. Pretty cool little fact that they have that. The screwdriver is not expensive, by the way, so it's and we have links for it. I do agree that RGB does look very clean and nice on white builds. But the other thing too is it's just for doing live streaming, it's just very easy to see. So when we do the build, people get to see more of the build. Which is actually more of the point for me than even necessarily like the RGB easiness or whatever it was. Come on. There we go. Okay, so that takes care of those. It's all zip tied in. Okay, we're just gonna do one more just to kind of keep that clean. Okay, so there's all of our fans are hooked up. Now we just got to work on our AIO, which is always a good time. So, you know what that means, guys. That means
Justin Robey has a show,
AIO.
and on that show he builds PCs.
AIO.
With a dad joke here and a zip tie there, RGB, and Blondie but geeky. Justin Robey has a show.
AIO. There we go, guys. AIO time. Let's get it going here. Get the music back up here. Okay, got to get our fans out here. Our AIO out here. All the stuff we need out here. I don't think I need this. I should be able to, we'll see. We'll see. Let's get all this stuff out for now. It's been a while since I've hooked all this stuff up. I've done a Kraken. So just getting all of our stuff out of this. There we go. This thing has been beat up a little bit here. Take our cover off already. This usually does have pre-installed thermal paste. We actually obviously use this for, well, I don't know if you obviously knew that, but we use this for our review of the H7. So we actually had already built this before. So we'll run this off of the, yeah, so this will be off of the front. So this will be here. Right, so that should be where I want it. Just making sure. Yes, okay, cool. I don't think we need this. We will need the screws though. Now it is one of those things that like, I find it, I don't know if depressing, like I like it better when the fans are pre-installed, you know what I mean, on the AIO. Like so many other people are doing that now that I appreciate it more when fans are actually pre-installed on the... And you could, if you wanted to, just simplify even here. You could actually buy an F core and put that on here and not even run the thing. I'm assuming, I'm hoping at some point in time we'll probably see a refresh of these AIOs in the future. I can only imagine, right, that'll probably have their F cores on it versus the versus these individual fans. Yeah, and that is true, mine. But I mean, again, not very many people, because you want the static pressure of the fans, which means they have to usually you're installing them this way. Because doing it the other way, you don't get that high static pressure, which isn't ideal for flipping fans, you know what I mean? Then this is definitely the better way to do it. Yeah, Corsair now has it. I think MSI has it. I think Lee does it now, so a lot of people are. Like I said, the Krakens are a little bit of an older AIO at this point in time from an AIO tech standpoint. Okay, so there's this. Okay, get this put away for now. What's up, Sling Buzz? How are you? It does have a magnetic tip. No need to fix what isn't broken. I see what you're saying, Mawa. Okay, let's go here. Go to side view here. The case is a little taller. So we're gonna go a little bit lower just to make it easier for me to see. Let's throw one making this easy here. All I'm doing from a top down, you can see here I'm just creating a cable channel here for these. There we go. Okay. Let's go aside. Luckily, there's this beautiful place right here at the top to run these cables so they're nice and even with everything. Nothing too particularly hard to manage all your cables and get them pulled through here. There we go. There we go. One more and then we're good. Oh man, how did I do that? There we go. Okay, I'm gonna lose it a little bit. Create some motion. That's actually centered right there. That should look good. Okay. Okay, cool. If you guys want to see, yeah, we try and keep cables. Parts list here we go right here. Parts that we have inside of this is an Intel Core i7-14700K. For the motherboard, we're using the NZXT N7Z790 motherboard. For the graphic card, the Zotac Gaming GeForce RTX 4070 Ti Trinity OC in white. We have Kingston Fury 4TB NVMe SSD, so plenty of room for gaming and everything else. 32 gigs of Kingston Renegade Fury RAM at 6,000 mega transfer. We have the NZXT H7 Flow RGB in white, the Kraken Elite 280 RGB in white, and then the Tough Gold 850 watt PSU. Now, if the price for this build is just shy of $3,000, which for 4070 Ti 14700K build is not ideal, right? Main reason being is we have that 4TB NVMe drive, which you could drop down and save yourself almost $300. It's like $260 if you went to a 2TB. And then the other thing too is that the N7 is a very expensive motherboard. So if you wanted to save yourself another $150, going with like a white MSI or something like that would save you some money there too. So there's some money that's spent on aesthetics here that you could, and even the big drive that you could save just a little bit money and get something closer to 2600 or whatever it was, which is around typical for a 4070 Ti build of this nature, especially with this much white and everything else. So, all right, okay, let's put this back up. We're gonna mount it. Mount everything now. First thing we got to do is grab our cabling. See you later, Fogat. Okay, so here's all the cables, and luckily with the new Kraken, the one thing they did, which was actually pretty nice, is they made it all a single, so there's not that separate USB cable anymore. So it all just kind of comes out one, and then you kind of plug everything into this, which is nice, makes it pretty straightforward. So yeah. And then you can plug in the RGB directly onto the top here for the fan. So let's go ahead and run that and get it marked. Luckily, we can put all this stuff away. There we go. Okay, so this is all stuff that we do not need anymore. I have all of the parts out. Let me know delivery date, thanks. All right, you can send this to Flushy. Oh, I get what you're saying. That's funny. It's like, yeah, you can just send this to them. Okay, get that out of the way. We have everything we need now for the AIO right there. All right, let's get this mounted and squared away there. Okay, going to top down. Okay, this is where the build just starts to get like even more and more clean as we continue to work on. I feel like top. Go. Okay. There we go. There we go. AIO is on. That's not hitting, perfect. Great. We're on to something here. Ugh. Going to side. I think one thing we're gonna run is our run this to our CPU fan. So we ran that to CPU fan, and then we can just actually run this straight up, I think. It's probably the right call. Doesn't quite go straight up, eh? Guess I can run it side. That might be the better option then. So we hide the, so it doesn't show the cabling. Now we still need to plug in two other cables. And then we can run it all. So up here at the very top, I'm gonna run our two RGB cables for the two fans under the motherboard fan place. And I'll show this in top down here in a minute. So you guys can see it a little bit better. Why is it not plugging? Because they have like a proprietary RGB connection. So easiest, it's just, they have two of them. They have two at the bottom and two at the top. And so I'm going to run the 2 RGB for the fans up here at the top. Take some nimble fingers to get to it. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. Okay, now what I need to do is pull this down. So we're gonna go to top down. So we're just gonna hide all of the cables. That's what we're working on right here. So all the cables look like a single, you can't see them from the front. You wanna hide it so it's very clean. Okay, and that locks that in. I need a, like I said, you want a very clean looking build, right? No. We had a white mic, oh, it's over there. Okay guys, 162. 162 guys, let's finish the, let's get those likes done, guys. Head on over to youtube.com/Robeytech Live. Need to get to 250 so we can unlock that that free $25 gift card. Free 25. It's nothing. You don't have to pay. You don't have to sub. You don't have to do anything. You just gotta go and hit like. Green Crab 6. Thank you very much for the sub. Okay. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna put this down and we're gonna finish what little bit of cable management we have left, guys. After this, we run our cable extensions, then GPU, and we're pretty close to finished here. Okay, so this is all of our AIO stuff, which, funny enough, is mostly self-contained. The only thing I need to run down is this. I'm gonna run this through here. There we go. Right on the other side. This is gonna go plug in right down here at the bottom. This is from the AIO. So that's the AIO. By the way, up here at the top, remember I talked about those 2 RGBs? Zoom in on them so you guys can see here. So the 2 fans plug into right here. So you have an RGB right there. Let me shine a light on it. So you have an RGB right there. And then you have another one that's underneath. So this is where the 2 RGB from these fans go. And then right here, you can actually see, that's where I plugged in my AIO. So these are all the cables that come off of here. So it runs up, AIO's there, and then your 2 RGBs plug into here, and then you zip tie them all into a big clump and then run it up. And then for this, I want this to be as straight as it can be. we go. Take care of that problem. There we go. Hey, Top Rat Gamer, thank you very much for the sub. Okay, guys, so we're getting close to just finishing up what's left of our little bit of cable management we have left. And that's mostly just this little section right here, which is all kind of self-contained. We do have to run one, unfortunately. I mean, we almost got to go away with no SATA, but they decided, nope, that's not gonna be a thing, so we're gonna run this down. I think luckily this cable is just long enough that it shouldn't be a problem. So we can run it all the way through. There we go. And then these go to this and this. So that's our fans managed. And then now we can create a nice little clump here. There's all of our AIO stuff. It's easy to make it look nice and clean. Top Right Gamer, thank you for the 100 bits too. That's appreciated. There we go. So this is going to the PSU. All the rest of this is cable managed as best as it could be. So all we have now is our PSU, which is going to go right here. And then we have our GPU and our cable extensions. So why don't we go ahead and do cable extensions real quick. So we'll drop our cable extensions in, then we'll throw in our GPU, and then we'll plug in our PSU, and then Bob's your uncle, this build is done. Pro tip, do it right. Yeah, thank you, DePoets. Just take your time. It's okay. You only get, like, this build, you're never gonna really go back and do it again, so you might as well just do it right the first time, and then you'll be happy with it. How we doing likes on YouTube, guys? You are right, it is worth it. Okay, let's do our cable extensions real quick. 180, come on guys, we need 70 more likes. Okay, so all we need out of this is this and one 8-pin. There we go. I think a screen, like if they made a screen version, like a screen down here, that would look super cool. And there are screens that would just fit perfectly down there. I have not, Mein Krampus. I think they're supposed to send me one. I should ask them. Top Rack Gamer, I'm glad you like it. This is why we show you builds and cases and all the latest stuff, right? So that's the one thing that's actually really nice about watching these live streams is you usually get to see things within a couple days of it releasing, especially like if not on the day of, if I can. I've definitely seen pump and tubes. I'm just gonna see if this is enough of the. Let's see what this looks like when we do it this way. Ugh. Let's go to side, pull it and see what it looks like here. There we go. Looks good. And luckily, look at the amount of depth you get here for your, even for your cable extensions, right? Which is nice. Okay, let's make sure that still looks good. A little bit of a curve there, but it looks pretty solid there. How's that look? Just gotta admire the handiwork, just make sure it looks straight. Sometimes you gotta step away. Looks good, right? Cool. Okay, last one. Last little cable that we need to put in, and then we throw in our GPU and go from there. So these cable extensions are Asia Horse. There we go. There we go. Sure those look, that looks nice and straight too. Yep, that looks good. Okay, that's all cable extended and cable managed. %71 black, huh? Guess it's not really that surprising though. I'd be curious, how many of you guys have done a pre-built versus doing a your own build? And how are we doing likes on YouTube? I want to remind you guys, we're getting close to the end of the build now, so. 188, guys, let's head over. Let's quickly, can we knock out, let's get to above 200. There's only 12, let's go over, head over, let's drop the link real quick. Head out right there, go hit that like button and knock out the likes on, that's all we got left, guys. Let's get those likes done so we can unlock that giveaway. There we go, build looks nice and clean there. Okay, let's throw in our GPU. What's up, Beedissel99? Thanks for saying hi. Oh, they're great options. Totally agree. Pre-builts are great options. No hate here at all. Okay, there we go. Here's our 4070 Ti, our beautiful white 4070 Ti. Which they have a 4080 version of this as well, too, guys. It's going to take out the extensions here and our cover. There we go. Hey, Jovian TV, thank you for the sub. Okay, let's throw the card in there. Beautiful. And I think it actually looks good with the rounded from some of the other components, like the screen. So I agree. There we go. Go. A little bit of cable training here. We'll train it more when we actually have everything in there. Oops. Ugh. Okay, let's get our PSU in, and then we're done. How to train your cables. It's like how to train a dragon, how to train your cables. Okay, so we have all of our cables here now. We just got to figure out how to route this, but I mean, like, again, not too bad in terms of cable stuff. This is one of the things I love about this particular PSU is just how straightforward cable management and stuff like this is with this. That cable looks lonely. Okay, so what do we need? We need this one. This is our CPU cable. We need this one. This is our motherboard 24 pin. We need, not that one. Oh yeah, we do need this one. This is for our hub, powered hub, okay? We need this, we don't need this one because this is not important because we are actually using a replacement. And then we need one SATA. Because we have a SATA cable for our Kraken. There we go, that is everything we need out of this box. And we need four screws. Okay, that's it. Put this away. Grab a drink of water. Okay, here we go. There we go. There we go. PSU, this is for our, that's for our hub. For our, okay, so we'll just show this here. So we have our 24 pin. This is our SATA connection. That's for our hub. And then last one right here. This is for our CPU connection. And then we'll plug in the GPU directly. So now we're just gonna fit this in here. Oh, hold on. There you go. There you go. Okay, so there's our cable in. Now there is a white version of this PSU that's coming out. It's not out yet. I mean, in this case, you won't see it, so I don't know if going to a white PSU is necessarily worth it. That's definitely your call. You will not see the cables or anything, so it's, you know, it's really not a big deal to me, but just something to be aware of if you wanted to have a white PSU. There is a white version that has these kind of cables that, which is one of the things I use this PSU so often for. Or if you wanted to buy the higher grade one, the Asus one, that is another option for you as well. Okay. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and plug in my PSU. I mean my GPU. There we go. That takes care of that. And then I can just, what I want to do is try and get this as close to straight as possible. I'm going to use this as kind of like a guide. work on that here in a minute. Okay, so let's grab our there we go. Okay, so this is going to plug into this. That powers our hub. There we go. Take care of that. 24 pin, or sorry, SATA cable. It's going to plug into this. Takes care of that. 24 pin. It's going to plug into that. Takes care of that. And the last cable we got to plug in goes up here, plugs into here, and that is our CPU. And one thing I like about these cables is that to clean them up, really all there is to it. Just one big clump down here. I'm gonna grab one big zip tie. There you go. Very, very clean looking PSU set. There you go, guys. Build is done. That's all there is to it. So clean cable management as well. Now we can just work on our one cable. Since we have it now, let's see if we can get this to $197, guys. Come on, we got 50 more and plenty of people. There we go. Clean build. Okay, so before we turn it on, we're going to go through our sponsors real quick. We'll count our AIO stuff, but let's get this all put back together. There we go. What do you guys think? $201. There we go. That looks nice and straight. Okay, let's get this put back together. There's that. Throw our top down on. There we go. Have our back panel, which is perforated on the side, so your PSU can get some air. And there it is. The build is put back together. And there is your build. There it is. Yeah, it is complete. We're going to be turning it on in just a few minutes. It's going to run through our sponsor real quick for today's stream. Talk about deals, and then we'll turn it on and benchmark it and show it looking all pretty. So before we do that, though, let's do our cable count. How many zip ties do we use? There we go. Odd or even is the question. Okay, here we go. You guys can start getting it, yeah. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 10. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 20. It is even today, guys. It is even. 20 it is. It is exactly even. Exactly an even 20. There it is, guys. Boo. PC guy says boo. Ugh. Sorry, PC guy. Sorry to break your heart. Oh. Two zip ties tried to get away from you guys. 2 zip ties tried to escape. Zip ties trying to escape. That's not okay. This is where zip ties, this is like I consider Robeytech like the Valhalla for zip ties. This is where you go to work, to live in the most epic PC builds. Wouldn't you say? This is like Valhalla for zip ties. Yeah, I can show the cable management human. Yeah, I'll show it here in a second. I'll show it before we turn it on. I just got to run through, just got to do our sponsor bit real quick. The result was even. It was 20. 20 is even. Ziptala, exactly. Oh no, Aragai. Yeah, exactly, Cheez-It Junkie. Okay, so you get finished with a build like this, and you're like, oh, I need to put a copy of Windows on this. So, where do I go to get a copy of Windows? Well, you could buy them at like Best Buy, Newegg, whatever it was, but here at VIP/CDKdeals.com, you can actually pick up copies of Windows for pretty reasonable prices. So if you were to check someplace like Newegg, it might be $100. Actually, it's starting to get less expensive, which is awesome, but it's still not as inexpensive as it is here at VIP/CDKdeals.com. We can actually pick up a copy of Windows for as little as, hold on, apparently I had an unextracted key. There's a key that I bought that I didn't even use. That you can, versus bucking up here where you can pick up a copy of Windows 10 for $23.67, or you can pick up a copy of Windows 11 for $32. So let's say, for instance, you want to pick up a copy of Windows 11. Here's one for $32. Regularly, maybe $100, $150, but if you hit buy now, and again, even when you hit buy now and then you do it again and you use code RBCK at checkout, just like this, RBCK, hit apply. What was $32.45 drops all the way down to $22.71, which is a fantastic level of savings and saves you a bunch of money. And then again, you don't have that please activate Windows, you get service and support and all that other stuff. These are OEM keys, so they're one-time use. As long as you don't change the motherboard, you can pretty much change everything else and you won't have an issue whatsoever. Well, Robey, is it just copies of Windows, or what else could I pick up? Well, if you want to pick up Microsoft Office, say for instance you want to pick up Office 365, here's Office 2019 or 2016, which means you buy it once, you don't have to pay for it again. So you go to 2016. Again, same thing, go ahead and hit buy now, and what was $39.62, if you use the same code RBCK at checkout and hit apply, what was $39.62 drops all the way down to $27.73. So you're not paying a monthly subscription, you have unlimited use of Office, and then you're essentially good to go. So, and then it's essentially, if you want to pick it up, again, you can just head over. There's literally thousands of people here at Robeytech who've done this. So if you have questions or want to know, they are legit keys, and they've actually shown me the purchase orders, etc. So if you want to know, they are legit. And we're essentially good to go there. So anyway, VIP/CDKdeals.com. Use code RBCK at checkout for some savings, some additional savings there. Last thing I want to tell you guys about is Robeytech.com. This is a place you go to before you go shopping, anything like that, or if you're looking for builds, Robeytech.com. If you wanted to do a commission, like have me build a PC here on the show, like we're going to do here early next week, you can go here, email me, and I can help you select parts, build it for you. But the thing that I always think is super helpful, if you're ever shopping Best Buy, Target, Origin, any one of those locations, come here before you go. Just click on that link. So for instance, I clicked on Amazon. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but now we actually get a little bit of a kickback from everything that you do. And it goes to help us because you're just helping us while you're doing your regular shopping. Also, if you like a build, like for instance, the one that we just got finished doing here, you can go here, you can see all the builds that we've done for this month. Click on them, all the parts is there, as well as a link to the actual video itself. So if you're like, hey, I want to do this build, but I want to save this money, great place to kind of start and select parts from there. Last thing is, let's see what deals Tom's got for us today. SK Hynix, 2 terabyte M.2. If you wanted to save money, not do the 4 terabyte in this, $139.99. That would save you almost 300 or like 250 bucks on this build, doing this 2 terabyte instead. Corsair IQ Link AIO LCD screen. This basically, if you have IQ Link and you don't have the LCD screen, you can get this on for $54.99, which is going to give you the screen like what we're going to show here with the Kraken. Asus TUF 15.6-inch gaming laptop. We actually have one of these. It's a Core i7, 16 gigs of RAM, an RTX 4070, and a 1 terabyte NVMe drive for $1,000. That is a very good price for that laptop. And the TUF laptops have great screens, good speakers, and they're easily upgradable. So if you wanted to go to 32 gigs or add another NVMe as storage, you could. That is a great price for that laptop. ASRock Phantom RX 7900 XT, 20 gigs of RAM, on sale right now, $699.99. If you're not into ray tracing, if you're into like FPS multiplayer games, this would be a good option for you for a white build. If you're into single player games, I would definitely probably stay away from AMD given their subpar performance in ray tracing. But outside of that, the one thing that is actually very nice is saving money for performance, and you're just worried about raw rasterization. That's where you might look at something like this. The 7800X3D, pretty much the best gaming CPU on the market, on sale $339.99 right now. And then finally, your GF1, your fully modular 80 plus. This also has ATX 3. No, it's not. Sorry, not ATX 3.0. $94.99 over at Newegg. Yeah. So there you go, right there, guys. Awesome deals. Everybody say thank you, Tom. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the 4 terabyte. Yeah, if you wanted something like that. So everybody say thank you, Tom, and that is it for today's deals. And again, remember, VIP/CDK deals. And if you want to help us in your shopping, go to Robeytech.com, click on the link. It saves us money. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything more, and it helps us, which is always very much appreciated. No, but Apocalyptic, I mean, again, it's still, the 7800X3D is just one of those things we have a tendency to show all the time because it's just really kind of one of the top options for CPUs. So you're right, it's not really on sale, but it's been dropping more and more, so we like to show it off. It's just a great CPU. But thank you for keeping us honest on that. I do actually appreciate that. Okay, guys, time to turn the build on. The moment you've been waiting to do. How are we doing on likes on YouTube, by the way? Are we there? Oh, somebody wanted to see the back. I'll show you the cable management. Ugh. So here's the cable management for the build we just finished. Very easy to get access to. So there it is right there when it's all said and done. So that was how it looks, nice and clean, I think. So there it is right there. I do need to do like how to cable manage, but there it is right there. So we like to keep it clean. Guys, we need 40. We only need 40 more. There's 338 people. So there's the cable management. And we just again, the one thing you should always know it's good is because you can just very easily close up the build. Ugh. And the build itself came out clean too. Okay, let's drop this in here. Okay. The case for this is the NZXT H7 Flow. It just came out yesterday. So this is our stream of the build, the case that just came out. So, okay, let's grab our mouse and keyboard here. At this point, what all did you connect and how do you install Windows? So Baloo Wolfie, we actually have a stream and we'll get a link to it. It's a step-by-step that like even showed how to install Windows and stuff. It was, we bench every build. So when we test all the parts outside of the case to make sure they work. So when we get to the point of will it post, unless I screwed something up during the build, we know it works. So what I plugged in is I plugged in the HDMI cable. So going here on the side camera right here, we plugged in the HDMI cable. We plugged in a LAN cable, keyboard, mouse, and then power. That's all we've plugged in. That's all that's plugged in right now. I have a DisplayPort cable set aside for after we get into the BIOS. So we're just gonna check that BIOS settings and all that sort of stuff are good. But now, let's turn it on. The monitor we're gonna test everything at will be at 1440p, which is like the ideal monitor set. So 1440p for all our monitors. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, snap, it's on. There it is, guys. It is already up. Man, that looks good. That is a clean looking build, ladies and gentlemen. We'll give it a little bit more forward look so we'll set it to the side, but if you want to see how the front and stuff looks, there's a more front 3/4 view. There we go, we are already in, so there's a capture. So it does post. So it is in and already posted. There we go. And there it is right there, already set up with colors and everything. Beautiful. I love it. What do you guys think? Here's a little front view for you. I think I want that on my desk. Yeah, no, it's a beautiful build. Okay, let's plug in our display port, and then we're gonna test our thermals and stuff. When we run Cinebench, we'll show you guys airflow for sure. We can do that for sure. I think I have, it might be downstairs. I'll go see if it is. Okay. Go to duplicate. We're gonna go to 100. There we go. So there we go right there. So there's everything all set up. So we're good there and ready to go. Let's just do let's throw our glass on there. Oh, the airflow on this is, guys, the review is out, so you should go and look. The review, this is one of the coolest cases we tested this year. The airflow on this case is great. There we go. And remember, if you get the black, you actually get like a more tinted glass look, versus on the white, you don't get the tinted glass, you get clear glass. I missed a spot. Yeah, it's a very clean build. Yeah, I said the same thing. I don't know if I necessarily wish it was clear on everything. It's kind of an interesting choice. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's give it a test here. This is a 14700K on a 280 millimeter AIO. Just gonna make sure all of our stuff is set. So our colors are fine. Cooling is on to performance, which is great. Right now our GPU's at 30 and our liquid temperature's at 26. CPU temperature's at a nice healthy spot too. Let's go ahead and throw up CPU ID. Okay, P-Core 14700K. Let's go ahead and just go File, Advanced, 10 minutes, Start. Speed, there's our temp spinning up. Fans are speeding up now. Oh, those fans are actually really quiet. Not loud, like I'm sitting right next to them. Like this is, you're hearing it, and that's just because I'm by the rear fan. 6,000 mega transfer RAM. And there we go right there. Should be a 35, 30. Okay, 33, I forgot. 33. Sitting right now at an 84. It's pulling 250 watts, so temperature-wise, fine. Yes, these are your VRM temps right up here, yeah. And we're pulling 5.2, 5.4, 5.5, so it's not having any issues with temps, yeah. Yeah, you got good, nice, I mean, again, lots of airflow in this case. Okay, let me go grab the smoke thing and I can show you guys airflow where this runs. Oh, the Intel chimps, yeah, the Intels can handle them no issue. Grab the smoke thing real quick. Okay, here we go. While this is running, so you guys can see the airflow here. So that's how air is going in and sucked directly into the 280 millimeter AIO. And then from the bottom, see that sucked right through the fans and then out through the back. So giving direct airflow directly to the GPU. So there you go, you can see, again, pull air. Just pulling air right through, feeding both the AIO and then again, GPU, all the fans just being pulled in. So, but it just gives you also an idea of just how fast airflow pulls through a case. This is when people say warm air rises, you're like, no, dude, it doesn't have time. It's very fast. Okay, so just showing inside of here, it looks like we're still topping out. We're getting a little bit warmer here, 86, 87 though. But we're still probably gonna end up, you know, in the end, average temperatures are gonna be in the high 80s. But I mean, you're probably not gonna see it go much higher than this as it soaks the temp over time. 215 to 250, guys, keep hitting those likes. It's saying around the 80. Doing a great job of just blowing air out. Build looks good. I think the only thing I would change potentially is bringing the rear fan down a little bit, just from an aesthetic standpoint, but yeah. Still staying around, let's see if it gets above 90. I don't know, average. It seems to be sticking, and the other thing too is like, we're definitely getting kind of soak temperature now, because you're not seeing it really get above this right now. So yeah, temp-wise, we're in great shape. Still keeping good on the all channel too. 92 is fine, Apocalyptic, yes. Think of this as doing workload, so this might render or whatever it was. Gaming-wise, you're gonna see it's nothing like this, yeah. Hey, Zeiston, thank you for the tier 2. Jorlone, thank you for the Prime sub. Bartleby, thank you for the resub. Boom, baby, 29 months. Thank you very much, all of you guys, for those subs. So yeah, it looks like temps-wise, we're gonna be great. Yeah, render-wise, everything like synthetic-wise, we're in good shape. So this could be totally fine if you wanted to have, like as a content creator PC, if you wanted to build something, use something like this, that in terms of doing as a workstation PC, but also as a gaming PC, or you know what I mean? Like this would be a great rig for somebody like that. 4070 Ti Super along with a 14700K is absolutely gonna crush at that. And then noise-wise, very, very reasonable from a decibel standpoint too. Yeah. 48 months, man, 2 years. No, that's long, that's 4 years. That's 4 years, dude. So big. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this set up now. Sorry, I can't do math. Let's go ahead and get this set up now for just to show you some temps in gaming. So GPU 1 is, so we're gonna show GPU temperature. Okay, I gotta fix something real quick. GPU usage, easy thing to fix. Core clock. memory clock, power, everything there. Okay, CPU temperature we'll throw in there. Show in on screen. Core i7, not i6, 14700K. CPU usage. CPU clock. CPU power. Okay, let's show frame rate. Throw this in game. And then we'll show frame time. Game. And then we'll show render and text and graph. Okay, good. Okay, so let's fix the one issue that we have. Oops, that's not that one. I'm gonna open up Steam, which actually probably was running. No, it wasn't good. Okay. Okay, let's go to, oops. We probably have some downloads, yep. Okay, so we're gonna run those real quick. While we're doing this, we're gonna go to PC, go to Program Files, Riva Tuner. This, if you ever see this problem, this is how you fix it. Redist, and then we'll run DX Web Setup. I accept, do not install the Bing bar. Just gotta wait. No. That was weird. Okay, it looks like we're good. Okay. Oh man, this Call of Duty one's huge. The Call of Duty download I didn't know was this big. What's the weight of the PC? That is a good question. Oh, what's up? I'm good, Evo. Yeah, it was, but the balancing is just, it was just, oh, look at the patch notes. It was not any big one. It was just calibration. So an attack and damage negation curve scaling of the Skadgetry blessings have been revised. The attack and damage negation has been increased for the first half the maximum amount, and then the second half will now be more gradual, and then negation on blessing. So it seems, did they make it easier? Yeah, I know, that's true, Zeiston. I recently learned that I don't suck at COD, it's just the auto aim. Real beer care, I would say that if you had a cat, especially if you're doing an AIO, I don't think you're gonna have a problem. You're just gonna have a breathability issue. So if you have a cat, I would definitely front mount your AIO, which I usually don't recommend unless you know you have a cat that's gonna do there. So they did make it easier, that's unfortunate. I don't think they should have made it easier. Oh, really? I didn't know that, Tech yourself. We're just gonna sorry guys, it's only gonna take 2 minutes to download, so luckily we're gonna get through it. We're just gonna give it a couple minutes. Yeah, I know, the cat loves the heat, that's always the thing. While I'm doing that, while we're waiting a couple minutes, does anybody have any questions or anything you want me to answer, like in the short term while we just wait for this so we can, I don't know if we're gonna show any COD. I'm probably gonna definitely show some Cyberpunk, but. Oh, that's funny. That's funny right there, Cole Martin. What is the best tier summon? Because for me, it feels like the Mimic tier is like the ultimate, Sergeant Nobody. Would you recommend front mounting an AIO? I don't necessarily. The main reason being is that the front fans really do a better job of serving fresh air. And the problem is with front mounting is that you can't set it up appropriately to be a for high static pressure on most fans, so you're actually reducing your cooling. Now, if you set it up correctly and you do like intake from the top, but then again, that doesn't help you. Intake to the top, and then you do exhaust out of the front. So you do intake, and then exhaust out of the front. That would work, but I usually recommend doing top so that you get most of the fresh air, and that's what a lot of these dual chamber cases are really made for. Mimic and Black Knife Tiche are the best, but they have added some new ones in DLC. I don't know if I just dropped Fire Giant, and I don't know if I have, and I've done like most of the dungeons in the game at this point in time. Windows security keeps shutting down any game I open. How do I fix this? Honestly, Star-Lord, usually like when Windows gets into bad situations like that, I would recommend doing a resetting your system and starting from scratch. Yeah, when you're talking about like the hardcore community, Syston, I get that, but I'm just saying like, it also, if people just want to enjoy the game and get through it, those are mechanics, and there's a reason they do it. What about side mounting? Side mounting is actually okay, specifically because you still get access to the front of the case. And the other thing too is you can still set them up in the right way. It's the thing is that the one thing that's tough about side mounting, and we'll use this as an example here, when you look at the case, the one thing that you'll definitely want to do if you're going to side mount your AIO is that make sure you have fans down at the bottom to feed your GPU, because literally the front fans will literally just, the air, you'll get some to your GPU, but the majority of it will just get sucked out via the AIO. So that's the only thing I'd say about side mounting. Side mounting's fine, because you're still getting lots of fresh air into the case. The case is available today. You could get it as soon as yesterday. Okay, guys, looks like we're good here. Thank you for the patience as we, let's go to Steam settings, library, turn off ready to play streamable games, because I don't know. I understand, but I don't at the same time. Okay, so let's check out Cyberpunk first. Is it sold out? I don't think it's sold out. I think I saw it for sale on Newegg, but I'm not entirely sure. Keeping your files is okay, unless, here's the thing, I would say remove everything if you can, unless you have something you really care about. But I would, if you don't have anything and you're okay with starting from scratch, luckily with Steam, you have all of your games are in the cloud. So I would just reset and say, get rid of everything. Apocalyptic, I already had it already. We already had it set up before. We do all that stuff prior to the build. We test everything, so that way when we do a stream, we don't end up with a stream where you don't get to have the payoff of seeing the full build done, right? You know, so that's what you want, right? 224, 250, guys, we need 25 more likes. Okay, let's just see how this thing performs. I want to, really, though we're showing you some gameplay performance and all that sort of stuff, really kind of the point of these benchmark sections, specifically for gaming, is to show you guys, gameplay temperature stuff, specifically, if that makes sense. So I want to give you guys gameplay temperature, so that way you can see what temps are like in gaming. There is so many things that show you how games like 4070 Ti and a 4090, but at this 4070 Ti and a 14700K do, but you're going to see some of that here too. So we're going to start with what is essentially the highest in terms of GPU. So we're going to run it in overdrive, running it with DLSS, running it on auto, turning on ray reconstruction, but not frame generation. This is going to give us probably the warmest you'll see from the GPU standpoint. So we'll do two different ones to show you highest GPU temps, and then we'll run one that's like more your standard base level. And the reason I like Cyberpunk for this so much is because Cyberpunk does a great job, has a way of switching more to the CPU and the GPU, which is kind of nice. It'll give you a better idea of what temperatures on average are going to be. Plus, if it's running Cyberpunk at 74 frames per second with ray reconstruction and whatchamacallit, you get a general idea of this thing can handle pretty much everything at 1440p. Texas Haas, yeah. Now from a right now, I will say fans are at performance. You could put them at quiet if you wanted to. You might see a little bit of a higher temperature on the 14.7, but I mean, you can definitely hear the fans here from a volume standpoint. Just to give you guys an idea while it's running. So 54 decibels. So it's probably a 10 decibel gain. I mean, would you notice if it was like a little further, like if you're here gaming, like could you notice it over music or whatever if you were using speakers? If you had headphones, you would absolutely not notice it. And then look at your temps. 4070 Ti sitting in your 60s and your Core i7 also, well, sorry, in your high 50s and your Core i7 in the mid to low 60s. So temp-wise, oh, sorry, I totally didn't have it on there, but there you go, right there. From a temp standpoint, it was sitting in the mid 60s, and then your 4070 Ti got into the high 50s, but no issues whatsoever. Okay, so let's kind of crank a little bit more. We'll set it back to ray tracing and ultra. We're gonna put this on DLSS. We're gonna put it on DLAA, which means this is not using upscaling at this point. It's running raw, but also doing AI anti-aliasing. So this is about the crispest you will see this game run from this standpoint. And again, not using frame generation. If I did frame generation, you might see slightly higher temps on your GPU. But this is probably the second most demanding way to run the game from a GPU standpoint. No, 48. Yeah, so there you go right there. This is typical right there. So you're looking high 50s, low to mid 60s on your CPU. See you later, Noble Gamer. You can see temps right there, guys. Right there at the front. Yeah, mine Krampus, running it with, if you could, like the best would be ray reconstruction with DLAA, but you can only, and 1440p, you could do that with a 4090. It looks so sick at that point. Yeah, Robeycat is now real, guys. How we doing likes on YouTube? We there yet? So Mac House, if you're gonna run 2 GPUs, that's mostly for either number crunching or rendering. It's not something you can use in gaming anymore. So here we go, 79.30, and then let's go like just standard. So we'll do DLSS, we'll put it on balanced, and then this is more your regular kind of Cyberpunk run. And then this is what normal gaming temps might be like on your game. We need 17 more, guys. Let's drop that link. Go get the last 17 likes on YouTube. There we go, guys. 17, and then we're due. You guys are so close. So this is just typical. Like you can see, temps on the CPU are a little bit lower. Well, no, they're actually a little bit higher in this case. And then you're seeing your GPUs are actually a little bit lower. I understand, Kurosaki. Thanks for trying. Anybody know that with AB1 tearing would go, the encoding? I don't see tearing. Oh, you mean no? That's because we are running the frame rate. You're not going to see that tearing is going to be just because we're not using VSync. It's just so you guys can see uncapped frame rates on the stream. So there you go, guys. There is giving you a great idea of gaming temps, what that's essentially like. So no issue there whatsoever. Let's just check something. Let's just check a regular game, do some regular, like just show you with a little Elden Ring. So more again, what a regular game might look like just from some normal temps. You've seen like kind of the highest end. This is what it's gonna take, you know what I mean? Like let's be ludicrous here. And then we'll just show something a little bit more normal. And then that'll be kind of it for benchmarks. I use VSync, yes, especially if you have a high refresh rate monitor. A lot of times what'll happen is that because they use variable refresh rate, you'll still get a better, cleaner, no-tear experience. Yeah. Hey, Fozzie, how are you, man? Okay, so we'll jump into some Elden Ring real quick. Yeah, Naku, that's a great answer too. Most variable refresh rate monitors though, it's fine, especially if you set them up to 120 hertz or whatever it was. I don't know, I mean, honestly, if running it at uncapped doesn't really gain you a lot. We need 4 more, guys. Mac House, you got to do a lot to get to the DLC. You can do it on a 240 millimeter AIO if you get a very good one. I would recommend 360 because most cases fit 360 without an issue. Araxinus, yeah, if you're good. If you're a very good player, then it probably matters. For most of us, it doesn't. Probably ray tracing. Yeah, I would say probably Kurosaki. Hey, Crush Bowman, thank you for the sub. Just make sure that I have all the. Whoa, okay, that was weird. I wonder if it's because of the thing going through there. Whoa, what is this? That was weird. So we're running max ray tracing. Okay, so again, 50, 40, 40s here. Nothing too bad. So if people are curious where I'm at in terms of level, I'm level 174, just to give you an idea. So, and then from a gameplay standpoint, like in terms of what I've unlocked, like I've done all of this. All I have is this little bit left, and then I just got to this area right here. So this is what I have left of the main game, is just this little part and this. That's pretty much it. 253. I don't know if there's anything else here. I'm gonna go find out. I haven't like walked around this place very much. We got some butterflies right here. See, this one is definitely one where, see, if I do, see, like that freaking, oh, dude, somebody's throwing at me. Oh. Stop throwing rocks, you jerks. I'm trying to see, this one I would turn on freaking VSync in a second, because you, but it's not here. I wonder if it's in here. I don't see VSync in here at all. Is there no VSync on this one? I'm not dumb, am I? I'm not seeing it, am I? You guys see VSync? Nope, that's not. Trying to see if there's anything here. We hit the goal, guys. That means we'll do that last giveaway. We'll do a last couple giveaways. Got a $50 new gift card to give away. And we'll give away a $25 new gift card. Go clear out this little section and then we'll call it a day. Yeah, this game has a lot of, because of the timing, this game is very, very timing specific. So not having 60 FPS and resolutions and all that stuff are all things that have to get, like, they have a lot of limitations on this game. It's like Scorched Ruins has nothing scorched or ruinous about it. It's just boring. Well, there you go. Nothing all that interesting. Let's go back to where I was and then we'll... So I've used, I know a couple people have used their auto settings on stuff, right? And it hasn't been tremendously bad. I have a tendency to set my own, but I mean, it is one of those things that, like, it's a great place to kind of start in terms of seeing if it's something that'll work, and then you can use the rest to tweak it. So I have no issue, like, I don't think it's a problem to do it. Okay, so let's go. I'm just going to show you this cool. I mean, this zone is so cool. Look at this out here, guys. So crazy. Pretty neat, huh? Figured this would be kind of a cool thing to show you much later in the game of Elden Ring. So yeah, there you go. Some Elden Ring DLC. Okay, I mean, I showed you some DLC and then I showed you the final game. Okay, so let's finish out the stream. An ad? Whoa, we didn't do any ad. Did I do some ad? Sorry. Crush Bowman, thank you for the sub. Okay, guys, let's start our first giveaway. One more $25 Nui gift card up for grabs. Exclamation point community. Starting that giveaway right now. 2 minutes. What is happening for the rest of the week? So we should be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be building a brand new build in another new case. That's inside of the Cougar FV Oh my gosh, Blondie to remember FV something. Anyway, brand new Cougar case. It's got a stage and a display and all sorts of cool stuff like that. So that should be a lot of fun. That's happening tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific time. So similar to what we just did here, similar time to what you just saw here. And then Friday, we have the Intel Live show, some really cool stuff that we're going to be doing with iBuyPower. And then plus, I mean, we always have fun giveaways and stuff like that. Rumor is we're going to have some Meepos, right? So some iBuyPower Meepos that we're going to be giving away. So if you want to do that, and some chippies, that's going to be happening on Friday. And then Saturday, we're back checking out the Asus A21 case. It's another BTF case. I don't think we're doing a BTF build inside of it. I think we're just doing a standard build inside of it, though. Beautiful case. We have a review coming out that around the same time early next week, so that should be a lot of fun. And then we have next week we have the first mod workshop. So set your alarms. Tuesday, 3 p.m. Pacific time, mod workshop. We're giving away a beautiful system in partnership with Corsair and Intel. That's going to be giving away live on stream. That's going to be happening Tuesday in a new studio that you guys haven't seen. So that'll be happening on Tuesday. So you'll definitely want to tune in for that if you want a chance to win an epic build, 4080, 14900K build that we're going to be giving away there on the FV270. Thank you. That we're going to be giving away live on the show on Intel Live. So yeah, definitely want to tune in for that. If you haven't had a chance. So, Robeytech. You can no longer enter the raffle, guys. Congratulations to Figment. Figment wins the $25 Newegg gift card. Congratulations, Figment. Hey, that's awesome. Okay. Okay, last one for the thing. Exclamation point Newegg now. Exclamation point Newegg now. $50 Newegg gift card up for grabs. Thank you very much for all your financial support. Exclamation point Newegg now. 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes. Exclamation point Newegg now, guys. Hopefully, what did you guys, so in the end, now that we're here, and you've seen the build and it's all finished, what do you guys think of the build? What did you guys think of the stream? Did you have fun? Are you guys liking the new time? I feel like some people, it's like we would have just started about 50 minutes ago before, and we're wrapping up around 5 o'clock, but are you guys enjoying the time and everything like that with the new time and stuff like that? I like the jacket better. Well, you can purchase the jacket. They do have them. And if you're a VIP, you never know. We might give jackets away. So I'm glad you guys like it. Prefer 4 p.m.? I know, I can't make everybody. Yeah, it's just going to take some time as we kind of build out the audience again. Viewership-wise, though, we're only about 150 less than we typically are, so I feel like we're good. I like this new time. Never able to catch a stream before that. I feel like we're going to get new people, right? It's just going to take some time. And it's more akin to all of our other shows, you know what I mean, which is earlier in the day, so trying to make it more, like, normal. Yeah, people adjust. I try in need of temperance, that's right. There you go. Mac House is like, I'm new. There we go. Oh, I'm glad. Thank you, Familia. Appreciate it. Okay, we have 12 seconds left. Almost done, guys. And the only two is we get people like NVIDIA, we get people like NZXT, we get people like UFD Tech, we get people like Height. I mean, this is just easier also for brands to come in and join us as well, which is always fun. Hey, congratulations to Joey Wheels. Joey Wheels, you are the winner of the $50 Newegg gift card. So anyway, guys, that is it for today's show. Where Joey, make sure that you reach out to hear from UFD. Oh, nice, Kelmorn. Make sure that you reach out to her and we get it. Oh, don't worry. We always have more dad jokes. Okay, we'll do one dad joke just for Kurosaki. From Dad's thing. I mean, from Aaron's, my son's calendar. What did the buffalo say to his son when he dropped him off at school? What did the buffalo say to his son when he dropped him off at school? Bye, son. Anyway, guys, that is it for us this fine Wednesday evening. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you guys on tomorrow's episode. Bye, guys. And I'll check out the cat pic.